Hey everyone, are you planning to apply for the Diversity Visa Lottery program this year? Before you do your submission, stop. One little mistake that you do in the photo requirements can render the entire application disqualified. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can meet the photo requirements and also edit your passport size photograph to meet the standard requirement for the Diversity Visa Lottery program. So stay tuned, I'll be right back. Alright, welcome back to the channel. It's Adagya.com. Over here, what we do is we give you detailed information regarding the travel and tour industry. So if you want to learn about how to apply for passports, the documentation for visa applications, studying abroad, working abroad, and going for vacation to your dream country, then this is the right platform to log on to. So make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and also hit the bell notification button as you are going to be notified on all the subsequent videos that we are going to upload. So stay tuned and then let's delve into the topic. Did you know that thousands of people get rejected every year just because of their photo? Don't let this happen to you. Make sure to watch this video to the end and let me walk you through the photo requirements for the Diversity Visa Lottery program and how you can edit your photo, and then we are going to use a tool that would enable us to know whether our picture is of standard or there's something to be worked on. So let me walk you through how or the photo requirements for the Diversity Visa Lottery is. So first of all, since the photo is a vital part of the application now, so first of all, the photo or the digital images must be in color, right? It should also be in a size that the head is between 1 inch and 1.38 inches, or which is 50% or 69% of the image total height from the bottom of the chin to the top of the head. And then also the image should be 22 millimeters by 35 millimeters, right? Also, the picture has to be taken within the current 6 months so that there wouldn't be discrepancies between yourself and the photo. Okay, now, so the picture would have to be taken on a plain or white background, right? So the object, which is the person taking the picture, would have to be taken on a plain or white or off-white background, right? So you don't have to use a red background or any other background, but it should be white. And also the image should be taken in full face view directly facing the camera. So the person taking the picture would have to face the camera directly. The person doesn't have to move the head or tilt the head, or the person has to be in focus. And then also with the face viewing directly to the camera. Now, with a neutral facial expression and both eyes open, right? So you have to face the camera directly, and then you should give a neutral facial expression. Some people would pose smiling, showing their teeth and so on, but with this case, the object or the person taking the picture would have to face the camera with their neutral face, not frowning the face or smiling too much, right? It should be in neutral position. Also, taking in clothing that you normally wear on a daily basis. So some people put on their suit, dress in a stylish way just to take this picture, but this picture should be taken with the clothes or the dresses that you normally wear on a daily basis, your daily dresses that you wear. That is what you should wear to take this picture. Also, uniforms should not be worn in your photo except religious clothing that is worn daily, right? So let's assume you are a security personnel or you are in the health sector or any uniformed occupation. Go with your mufti or the dresses that you wear in the house. You don't have to wear your uniform just to take this picture, but rather go with the dresses that you wear in the house on a daily, right? Also, there are some people who are of religious background, or those from the religious background. They can put on their religious dresses, since that is the normal way they are being seen dressed, or that is the normal way they dress. So that is for the dress code. And also, do not wear a hat or head covering that obscures the hair or hairline unless worn daily for a religious purpose. Your full face must be visible, and the head covering must not cast any shadow on your face. Okay, so there are some people that put on headgear or veil and so on and so forth for the purpose or the sake of their religion. So, since this program is a diversity program for everyone, they are being allowed to put on those kind of dresses or veil and so on. However, it must not cover the entire hair or the hairline or the face, right? So you can put on the veil in a nice way that your face would be showing from the forehead or the hair side to the chin of the applicant face. So these are the photo requirements. And also, you shouldn't put on something that will create shadow of the person's body or face, right? Also, headphones or wireless or hands-free devices or similarly items are not acceptable in the photos, right? So don't put on earpiece or AirPods and so on when taking this kind of photos. Once you have them on, it is going to render your picture or application disqualified. So always make sure that you don't have such devices on you whilst taking the picture, right? Also, eyeglasses are no longer allowed in new visa photos except in the rare circumstances when eyeglasses cannot be removed for medical purposes. For instance, the applicant has recently had a surgery and the eyeglasses are necessary to protect the applicant's eye. A medical statement signed by a medical professional or health practitioner must be provided in this case, right? So for the sake of those who have had their eye operated, for them, they are being considered to put on eyeglasses when taking the passport size photograph for the diversity visa lottery program, right? So if you are not in that category, there's no need to put on eyeglasses when taking this kind of passport pictures. So if the eyeglasses are accepted for medical reasons, the frame of the eyeglasses must not cover the eye, right? So it should be visible. The frame of it must not cover the entire eye so that the person's eye may not be seen. So that is one of the key or requirements for those of our fellows who have visual problems and have gotten operated. And also, there must not be shadow or refractions from the eyeglasses that obscures the eyes, right? So there could be instances whereby the glasses will create some kind of shadows on the face of the applicant, and then it would distract the person watching or the applicant's image. So in this case, for instance, there shouldn't be any refraction or shadows created on the face of the applicant, right? Also, there are some people who have hearing impairment, right? So for those category of people, if normally they have a hearing aid that they wear, they must be worn in the photo, and then it shouldn't also distract the taking of the picture, right? Since it is something that they have known or they are being seen always they wear. So those are the requirements for the photo. So I'm going to take you to a simple photo that I have on my PC that we are going to edit and then see how we can go about ours in the house. So let me walk you through the screen and then let's see how we can edit this simple picture and then meet the standard requirements for the diversity visa lottery program. Anyways, before I take you to the screen, have you ever applied for the diversity visa program? Which year did you start applying and how was the experience like? Let me know in the comment section. Okay, so at this juncture, I hope you are learning something today. If you are getting inspired, make sure to give me a like, and also if you've not subscribed, make sure to subscribe to the video and then let's get going. Alright, so first of all, we are going to open our Photoshop, and this is the interface of Photoshop, right? I'm using Windows 11, so it looks kinda very small. Let me see how I can zoom this thing. I don't know. It looks very small. Let me see the scene mode. I don't think it is going to allow me. Alright, so since this is how it's going to be, let me click on new project. This thing looks very small. I don't know how I can zoom this page. Let me see. Is there a way I can? Oh, this thing looks very small. Okay, let me select pixels from this side. So it has been set to pixels, and then let me type 600 by 600. 600 by 600. Since it is the standard specification for the green card lottery, and let me click OK. Alright, so this is the size of the 600 by 600. So let me click on this selector or the move tool, and then let me go back to file and then open the image that we are going to work on. Right, so let me go to the images at desktop. Where is it? Okay, let me select this image. All right, this is an image that I'm going to illustrate on. This is not an image that will be accepted into the program. So we are going to work on it and then see if we can improvise on this image to become a passport picture. So first of all, let me click the crop to, and then over here I'm going to make or set an aspect ratio so that it will be a square image once I crop. So let me put 600 by 600 there. Okay, so we could see it has given us a square. So let me drag and then make sure that the image is okay. We need to have a square image so that so we don't have to let all the hands showing. So let me drag it a little bit. Let me move the object to this side. Okay, I think it is okay. And then let me tilt it a little bit so that okay, good. I think it looks a little bit okay. Or let me tilt it to this side again. We just Okay. All right. So let me double click. Okay, so we could see we've gotten a square image of it. Now, what we are going to do next is we are going to select the zoom. So we've selected the zoom tool. Now we are going to zoom it out so that we could see every side of the image. So now that we've gotten to the zoom side, mind you, this is an outdoor image, so it has a bright colored, the color has been graded to a bright, output. So mostly passport pictures are taken in an enclosed space where there's a little sunlight, and then it comes out naturally, right? So now that we've gotten here, let me select the move tool again. Sorry. Okay, so now that we've gotten here, what you are going to do is we are going to select, or we are going to remove the background from it and then give it a white background, right? So on the standard one, you see this side, the object is facing, the object's head has been tilted and it's facing this side. So you could see that the ear is disappearing, right? Can you see from this side? Yeah, the ear is disappearing and then the ear is. So mostly the mistake that we do is we shouldn't be repeating this kind of mistakes. The person's head must be straight and then the ears, the sizes of the ears should be the same, right? And then you see the head has been raised upwards, so the head should be tilted a little bit downwards, and then with the neck also directly facing the camera. So these are some of the things that gets our application rejected. So since we are checking on the little mistakes that we do, let's compromise on this image. So now that we've gotten to this side of it, what we are going to do is we are going to select the selector tool. We are going to select the selector tool. Okay, quick select. And now we are going to, let me deselect it. So we put it here, here, here. Let me deselect it. Is tampering with the object itself. So let me start from here, and then we move back here, here, and then we move again to this side. Since the image is very, very crucial in the application, I think, or I would advise you take your time in handling the application or handling the picture with quality output so that it will increase your chances of winning the green card lottery. Okay, now that we've gotten all these sides selected, what we are going to do next is we are going to select the eraser tool. This is the eraser tool. So let's select the eraser tool and then let's increase the size of it. Okay, we've increased, let's increase it once more. Okay, so we start to clean it. So since we've selected the edges of the image, once we clean and then mistakenly we extend the eraser to the object, it is not going to clean it. So this is how it's been done. Oh, sorry, I think I didn't select all the sides. That is why it, okay. So now let's come to this side of it. and then get this side cleaned. All right, you see that it has cleaned everything. Now let's come to this side also. Okay, now what we are going to do next, let's go back to the selector tool and then select. Let's deselect it again and then move it slowly and gradually. So we've selected all the edges of the object. Now let's go back to our eraser tool and then start cleaning it. Okay. However, we've cleaned everything. But you see this side, they are all gone, right? This side, they are all gone. So let's go back and then let's go back and redo it again. Okay, so let's assume this side is okay and then this side. So let's select the eraser once more and then start cleaning it. All right, so let's assume this picture is okay for now. What we are going to do next is we are going to move this image to the background that we created over here, right? So let's click and drag it. Sorry. Okay, let's go back and then it happened that way because we had our selection tool on it. So let's click on the selection tool to deselect it. Okay, then we can go back and then move it. So let's click and drag it to this side. Let's see what happens. Okay, so we have it here. Now let's show the transformation control. All right. So let's drag it a little bit so that it will suit the requirement that was given to us. So let's drag this side a little bit, bring this side down. Okay, so I think it's okay for now. Since it's a square image, let's make sure that all the sides fits and all the sides are the same. Okay, and then let's drag to upwards a bit. Okay, so now you see we've gotten a nice passport size photograph out of the image that we got, but this image is not a standard image or a quality image that can be used for the application. It will get rejected because of the facial expression. There's so much sun rays on the person. When you look at the forehead, there's so much sun rays on it, and then the head has been tilted to the left side, right? So these are the petty mistakes that gets our application disqualified. So let's assume this is we've met the standard requirement or the standard photograph. So what we are going to do next is we are going to save it. We click and then save it as let's save it as JPEG and then rename it DV lottery picture. Okay, now so let's click save. Then we click OK. All right, so we are done with the picture. So now what we are going to do next is we are going to click on this side to check okay. So what we are going to do next is we are going to search for the photo check tool that would enable us know whether our image meets the standard photo requirement, right? All right, so now that we've gotten our image saved on our PC, let's come here and then search for DV lottery photo checker. DV lottery photo checker. Okay, so this is the tool that we are going to use our image up to standard to be used for our application. So remember, it is US Department of State that is having this tool. That is the original tool to be used to check, which is the tsg.photo2.state.gov. So let's click on it and then see how we can use it to check our photo. All right, so this is the photo tool which we are going to use for. So let's click this side and then upload our photo. Let's choose our photo to check whether it meets the standard. So I save it at desktop. I think I saved it DV. Okay, yeah, DV lottery pig. Let's click on it and then open it. All right, so you see that it has given us a check mark, a green check that your photo does not need cropping, and photo dimension is 600 by 600. So it means that this picture is okay and then can be used in the application of the DV lottery program. So this is a simple step that we use in checking to ensure that our photo meets the standard requirements of the picture specification or picture requirement for the DV lottery program or the diversity visa lottery program. So I hope you can do it. It's it's pretty easy, very simple. Also, there are tools that we can use to change backgrounds if you cannot use the Photoshop, there are some tools that we can use. So you just go to online background remover, right? And then remove background from an image. There are a lot of them that you can use to remove the image background, and then you crop it so that you get a passport size. Then you resize it to the 600 by 600, but sometimes it's very, very lengthy, and by the time you are done doing all those things, it might have reduced the quality of the image. That is why mostly Photoshop is the best to be used, right? All right, so this brings us to the end of today's video. I hope you've been inspired, you've learned something today. If you are inspired, let me know in the comment section. If there's something that you want me to explain more on, also leave it in the comment section. If you like this video, make sure to give me a like and also subscribe to the channel if you've not. So thanks so much for being with me in this journey. See you in our subsequent or the new videos that we are going to be uploading. Peace out. The channel has been adagya.com. See you later.